This is American Heartland, a $2.5 billion theme park in the middle of Oklahoma. We're talking 1,000 acres of roller coasters, resorts, venues, and all the family fun you could imagine. But here's the catch. This American dream is already running into huge problems. Deadlines are slipping, and now companies are accusing the developers of not paying up. Now this park is in danger of not happening at all. Lawsuits are lining up, and distrust within the project is building up. So let's discuss it in today's episode of Built Up. The American Heartland theme park is a massive $2.5 billion project being built in Vinita, Oklahoma, right along the historic Route 66. It's set to cover a huge 1,000 acres of land, with a goal of bringing in over 4.9 million visitors each year. The project's ambition is to create a true American-themed experience, celebrating different aspects of American culture, history, and the spirit of the Heartland. The developers behind it are Mansion Entertainment Group, with a team of designers that includes former Disney Imagineers and experts from firms like THG, Foreg, and Cunningham. They've put together a vision that's as grand as it is immersive. Now, let me take you through the project step by step. First, you're going to see the RV park and campground, which is already in its early stages. This is part of the first phase of the development, and it's going to be huge. 320 acres with 750 RV spaces and 300 cabins. This part is expected to open by spring 2025, though there have been some delays with the permitting process, so it might be a little later than that. But once it's up and running, it's going to be the perfect place to stay while you explore everything this park has to offer. Now for the heart of the project, the theme park itself. Picture this. It's spread over 125 acres and divided into 6 theme lands, each offering a unique experience. First, you step into Liberty Village, a place that will transport you into the heart of American history and heritage. It's a celebration of everything that makes the US what it is today, from its founding principles to its rich cultural fabric. Next up is the Great Plains, a land inspired by the American Midwest, filled with experiences that reflect the natural beauty and the pioneering spirit of the region. Then you've got Bayou Bay, a nod to the Louisiana Bayou, complete with swampy waters and all the southern charm you can imagine. For a change of pace, you'll wander into the Big Timber Falls, which will offer you a more rugged, forested vibe with plenty of outdoor adventure. For those of you who love a waterfront experience, Stony Point Harbor will offer scenic views and water-based activities. And finally, there's Electropolis, a futuristic land exploring America's innovations and technological advancements. Think of it as a glimpse into the future, but with a distinctly American twist. The park is also going to be home to a whole range of resort amenities. There's going to be a 300-room hotel for those who want to stay close to all the action, an indoor water park for some family fun, a dinner theatre, and even an amphitheatre for live performances. Of course, you'll have all the usual amenities like swimming pools and a clubhouse to kick back in after a day of adventure. However, the project has faced some challenges along the way. The timeline has slipped significantly, and the park's grand opening has been pushed back to around 2028, much later than the originally planned 2026 date. There have also been some financial issues, with contractors filling liens and unpaid invoices, which has further slowed things down. And this brings us to the heartland of the problem. Now, before we move on to the next section, please don't forget to subscribe if you like the video so far. A project like this might sound good on paper, but when it comes to building this theme park, contractors, designers, and the local authorities quickly figured out that it's easier said than done. This is why the project is nearly grinding to a halt, and its future looks pretty grim. One of the biggest issues is the location itself. Vinita, while charming, isn't exactly a tourism hotspot. Oklahoma doesn't have the kind of established tourism economy that places like Florida or California do, so attracting the 4.9 million visitors a year that the developers are hoping for is a tall order. The region just might not have the infrastructure or the appeal to pull in that kind of crowd, which creates uncertainty about whether the project can really succeed in its current location. Then there's the issue of permits. Construction has been at a standstill because the developers are still waiting for the necessary approvals. They were hoping to start on the first phase, which is the RV park and campground, by late 2023, but that's been delayed due to the need for permits from the US Army Corps of Engineers. There are concerns about floodplains, so the developers have had to go back to the drawing board and revise their designs. All of this has pushed back the timeline, and no clear date has been set for when construction will actually kick off. On top of that, there are financial troubles. The development team has faced accusations of non-payment from some of the companies working on the project. Forek, the Canadian design firm that's handling the park's design, filed a lien against the developers, claiming they were owed $5.5 million for work done on the park, hotel and campground. It's a serious issue because financial disputes like this can cause delays and can even scare off future investors. These unpaid bills have been a huge stumbling block, and as a result, the opening date has now been pushed back from 2026 to somewhere around 2029 or even later. Beyond all of these issues, there are broader challenges. The economic climate hasn't exactly been kind to such large-scale projects, and there's some uncertainty around whether the funding and investment needed to complete this park will come through. Regulatory hurdles have also proven more complicated than expected. The developers have had to jump through a lot of hoops at the local, state and federal levels to get the approvals they need, which has been a slow and frustrating process. Another big issue is the relationship with the local community and other stakeholders. While the developers have big plans for the park, they need the support of local businesses, residents and potential visitors, and getting everyone on board has been a more complicated task than anticipated. It's not just about building the park, it's about ensuring it will fit into the local economy and culture in a way that makes sense for everyone involved. The American Heartland theme park is running into a lot of roadblocks, from location challenges to permitting delays, financial disputes and broader economic issues. The road to its completion is looking a lot bumpier than initially expected. The vision behind the park is still exciting, but it's going to take a lot of work and overcoming these hurdles before it can become a reality. The American Heartland theme park has encountered significant challenges, many stemming from internal disputes among key stakeholders. Central to these issues are conflicts between Mansion Entertainment Group, the project's developer, and several contracted companies. Mansion Entertainment Group, led by CEO Larry Wilhite, is affiliated with the Mansion Theatre for Performing Arts in Branson, Missouri. The company has faced financial disputes with contractors involved in the theme park's development. Notably, Forek, a Canadian design firm responsible for the park's design, filed a $5.5 million lien in May 2024, citing unpaid invoices for design and planning services related to both the theme park and the RV park. Additionally, Crossland Construction, hired to build the RV park phase, filed a claim for $352,429 for unpaid labor and materials provided in early 2024. These financial disputes have led to significant delays in the project's timeline. The opening, initially slated for 2026, has been postponed, with no clear date established for construction to commence. The strained relationships among Mansion Entertainment Group, Forek and Crossland Construction have created a challenging environment for the project's advancement. The unresolved financial issues and lack of clear communication have hindered progress, leaving the project's future uncertain. And this will have a massive negative effect on the city and possibly the entire state. The American Heartland theme park was seen as a transformative project for Oklahoma, with the potential to reshape the state's economy and identity. Similar to how Disney transformed Orlando into a global tourism hub, the park could have become a major destination, attracting millions of visitors and creating thousands of jobs in hospitality, tourism, and construction. It promised to position Oklahoma as a must-see US destination. However, due to setbacks like location challenges, permitting delays, financial issues, and disputes over unpaid bills, the project now faces an uncertain future. If the park fails to move forward, Oklahoma stands to lose a unique opportunity for economic growth, tourism, and cultural identity. The ripple effects would have benefited local businesses, hotels, and entertainment venues, but without resolution, the area risks missing out on a major economic boom and a chance to change its trajectory forever. But let us know your thoughts. Is a theme park in Oklahoma the place to build this massive theme park? Now, here's another video mega project enthusiasts enjoyed watching. Bye for now.